Hey guys, I want to welcome you to the Over the Shoulder series for Iowa City SEO. I'm going to be showing you how to set up the Google Marketplace, how to set up your Facebook and Twitter, and also how to do the citations. In this series, I'm going to try to go into as much detail as possible and show you how I do everything if this was my client, Iowa City SEO. Before I even get started, I want to make sure that I am completely organized, because when you start making citations, creating sites, logins, getting information from your client, if you don't have everything in one place, one, you'll be wasting a lot of time constantly going back and searching for it. You might lose information, and it's just very, very inefficient. The first thing I do is I'll create either a Google Doc, a spreadsheet, whatever it is you want to create something that you use and something that you can share if you're going to use an outsourcer or if you have partners, something that's easily shared and saved. For this demonstration, I'm going to be using this Google Doc, and it's because Greg is going to be doing some of it, I'm going to be doing some of it, so this way we can share this between each other. How do you set this up? Well, this is the way I set it up, and everybody does things different. Everybody's minds work different. Everybody organizes themselves different. So you want to do it in a way that's going to be easy for you to locate the information and to share the information. What I do is I have one page that's my client information. This is where I put everything I need to know about the client. The client's name, the business name, the email, the address, phone number, the business description. This is what I'm going to be using in directories or in my citations. Keywords I'm going to be using, the website login, the cPanel login. I'm going to add other things as we go here too. For example, I'm going to add photos. And what this is going to be is I'm going to put a Dropbox link in here of all the photos. And the purpose of this here is for myself, but also I use outsourcers. So when I get a client, we collect his information, and then I have someone who sets everything up for me. They actually will set up the Facebook page, the citations, and this is a point of reference for them because everything they're going to need to use is going to be in this doc, and they can update it, saves it live. So it's really we're going to be referring back to this now and again. The first page is going to be the client info. The second page is going to be the logins. This is where I'm going to put the login to my Twitter account, to my Google account, to whatever citations we set up. The main ones are going to be up here, and then the rest are going to follow suit down. So the first thing is the client's name. The client's name is Jason Fladlin. So then the next is going to be the business name or the brand. In this case, the brand or the business is going to be Iowa City SEO. And if it was a plumber and it was, spectacular plumbing, that's what would go there. Next is we want to get the email address. Now in here, I always create an email address with the website. So in this case, it's iowacityseo.net. So I'm going to create an email that's connected to this website. Now we are going to create a Gmail account and everything else, but for marketing purposes, I want my brand. I want to be, Jason at Iowa City SEO or admin at Iowa City SEO. So we're going to go and we're going to create that right now. Okay, so many of you probably know how to create an email with your cPanel. I'm just going to do it here. We're going to go to email accounts. Now when I make this email, this is going to be, for right now, a neutral email, meaning it's not going to be my personal email. It's going to be an email that we're going to use to get all these citations verified. This is an email that my outsourcer is going to have access to. This is an email that she's going to be checking because sometimes the verifications take a few days to a week or so. I mean, we can just do something generic like info at iowacity.net. We can do something like the client's name is Jason. We can do Jason at iowacity.net. I'm going to just do info right now. I'm going to do the password generator where you get a nice strong password. Copy that. Let's say use password. So right away, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to put my password in because I don't want to forget it. Okay, then we're going to go back, and the username is going to be info, right, at iowacity.net. That way I have it right here. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it right here. Even though it's redundant, you never know when you're dealing with outsourcers. You just want to make sure you don't leave any blank spaces, that it's just dead simple for anyone to understand where to find the information. Now what you can also do, so let's go back to the cPanel. So we're right here. We're going to create the account. I'm going to make it unlimited. All right. So now the email is created. So now once you have the email set up, you can use this email, or you can go here and you could simply forward that email. You'll see I went into the cPanel. I went into forward, add forward. We're going to add info, and we can put anything we want here. We can put our email. We can forward it to a couple of different email addresses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my email in here so I could monitor what's going to be happening or what's going to be going through that email box. All right, and then I just add forward. Okay, go back. All right, so now that forward is added. So this forward is functioning. Okay, so now that we got our main email setup, what I want to do is I want to create a Google account. That's the first thing we're going to create. Now this account that we're going to create is going to be the personal account. We're going to put a regular profile picture there. What we're going to do is we're going to go here, and it's saying create an account. So we're going to just hit create an account, and we're going to put the name in here. Now what I would do is, if you're doing this for the customer, you put his real name in here because we want to brand this to him. And then choose your email. So we can use our Iowa City SEO.net email address if we want to here, but I'm going to just create a Gmail account. That way we just have it all together. All right, let me just do this. Okay, so it's going to be Jason Flayden SEO Services. And then now we're going to put a password in. Now I want to make sure that I don't forget all this stuff. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to my logins, Google, right? And the username for my Google is going to be, right? And then we're going to create a password. So we got the password here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put the date of birth. So whatever our client's date of birth is, I don't know his date of birth, so I'm just going to put something in here for now. I am a male. Phone number. Now, you don't have to put a number in here right now. We'll do that later because I still have to get the phone number. Okay, so here we got info@iowacity.net. That's the email that we set up. Okay, prove you're not a robot. 17369. 17369. I agree. We're going to go to next step. Okay, so here we are. Yeah, it's created, and next it's asking us to add a profile picture. Okay, so I know this video ended a little bit abruptly, but I wanted to create the Google account, the Gmail account. Now I'm going to do a few other things, and then we're going to come back to creating the Google profile and the Google business page. So you can just move on to the next video now. So what we're going to need is we're going to need an address. Now, if this was our own business, we'd use our address. If this was a client, we'd use their address. But since we're doing this as a demo, I don't have a real actual address. So my options would be to get a virtual address. Well, Iowa City is, I couldn't really find a virtual address that I liked in Iowa City, Iowa. Now there's a few different ways that we could remedy this. Well, first we need an address. So this is a little trick that I do in a situation like this. I usually will do this for a lead gen site I have, or in this demo. I don't really do this for clients, but I'll show you what it is. What I'm looking for here is I'm actually looking for an address that I can use for my company. This is going to be, Iowa City SEO. So I Google Iowa City office space for rent. So I'm looking for a building that is empty, or a building that has an office for lease or for rent. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as my address, and I'm going to forward the mail from that address, to me here. And what will happen is Google will send out the verification card. It'll go to that address. It will never show up in their mailbox, and it will immediately get forwarded to me, and then I verify. Now again, the ideal way to do this is to find a virtual office and rent that virtual office for 1 month, and then get your Google card, and then forward all your mail from that virtual office to your main email address. So that way, after that month, you're still going to get your mail, at least for a year, that's going to the address, but you're not paying $75 a month. In our business of marketing and SEO, sometimes you need workarounds, and this is a workaround that's worked for me. Here, we're here now LoopNet is a lot of times my go-to place. So really all you need is you need an account. It's free. You sign up for free. And I just go to look for lease, office, and then I'm looking Iowa City, Iowa. Now, it's going to pull up a few offices for lease. They have some here that are locked, which I don't care about. Most bigger cities, they're going to give you a ton. So as I'm looking through here, what I'm looking for is a place that I could have my address where there's either going to be a lot of offices or it's a large building that they're going to be breaking up into offices. I don't necessarily want to be in a strip mall or be somewhere where there's going to be a lot of retail space. I want to kind of just be somewhere where I can get an address and blend in. Okay, so looking through here, we have this one on Hines Road. Okay, what this is, it looks like it's a building. It's in Iowa City. Right, it has an Iowa City address. They got a suite 1 and a suite 2. You know, this could possibly work, but again, this is a pretty small location, so I'm probably going to pass on this one. Let's go back. Okay, here's another one. It's in Iowa City. It's a large building. It looks like they're renting it out. They got a couple here. Now, what I like to do too is I like to kind of look these up on and see what businesses were there. So if I go reverse lookup address, right, you're gonna come up with this right here. Okay, so I'm in this one here, search bug, and I'm gonna just put the address in here. Whoops. Okay, so what I'm doing is I put the address in here. I'm going to do a quick lookup. And so it looks like this place actually has a couple of law firms and an attorney, management consultant. So it has 3 attorneys here. So guess what? I'm not going to do this one because I don't even want to deal with that. So we're going to go back. So we're just searching around, and let me go back to the search results here. Here we are. We're going to back in the search results. I'm going to go here to city feet. And I already searched this out before, and this is what I found. So here on this city feed, it's showing a lot of the same rentals that we saw on LoopNet. But there's one here that I found, and it's at Northgate Drive. And what this is this is a pretty large building. Right now the building's empty. They're offering for lease. There's a total space, but they're willing to break it up into different sections. So they'll divide it. Okay, it doesn't look like they've divided it yet. And what this was it was a former Shrive Hattery, and I believe that was an architectural firm. So right now this building's empty, and that's what I like. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this address, and I'm actually going to put it in my reverse lookup and see what comes up there. Alright, so I have it here in search bug. I'm going to go find it. Okay, so it looks like here that they couldn't find any businesses at this address. That's pretty good for us. That means that this address looks pretty clean. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I go back, and this is the address we're going to use. So I'm going to put it into my spreadsheet. Now, the way we do our citations is going to be pretty important. We want to put it in exactly the way Google wants it displayed, and we're going to have to use this citation over and over again, and we want to make sure it's exact. So here I have 2834 Northgate Drive, Suite 101, Iowa City. Google does not generally use suite in their listings. If we go here to San Diego Plumber, you'll see a listing here. They like to use the number sign. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this suite to numbers, and it's this because this is my spreadsheet, right? This is what my outsourcers, this is what everybody's going to use who's on the project. This is the address I want them to use. So I want this to be exactly like I'm going to put everywhere. And the other thing I see a lot is that instead of using abbreviations, Google will spell it out. So I'm just going to do it like that. So we're going to use it 2834 Northgate Drive, number 101, Iowa City, and then the abbreviation. And that's going to be the address that's going to be on our website, be on our Google page, our Facebook page, all our citations. This is going to be the address. Now, so now the next step is, now that we have the address, how do we forward it? Okay, one thing, I just looked at the video and I don't know if I explained it fully enough.
But here I have number 101, and I made that unit number up uh, because once we get verified, you know, if when someone else moves in this building, I don't want to share the exact address with them, so I just made up this number 101 as a unit number. That way, this will always be a unique address, even if someone else moves into the building. And even if mail comes to this address, if it comes in my name, and even if they never even knew there was a 101 here, it'll still get forwarded to me. So this isn't going to screw up the mail forwarding.
Okay, so now we're looking for an address, and there's a couple of ways we can do it. The preferred way is to just find a virtual office. And it's going to cost us a little bit of money. Maybe it's going to cost $75, $100. But really, we only need that virtual office for 1 month. And then what we can do is we can just cancel it. And we could even do a mail forward or change of address after that 1 month. So any mail that goes to that virtual office, is going to just be automatically forwarded to us, and we don't need to keep paying that virtual office. Well, how do we find one, and what kind of virtual office do we want to use? Well, since we're doing Iowa City, there wasn't many virtual offices in Iowa City. Okay, so here we go. Here's virtual offices in Iowa, and it looks like they don't have one in Iowa City. So let's go back here. Go virtual. Okay, so I can't really find a virtual office in Iowa City, so I'm going to have to use another method. And in the video that follows this, I'm going to show you that other method. But I still want to show you this virtual office, how to choose a good one. So we're going to go to a bigger city. Now, if your client needs an address because they don't want their home address, or you're doing lead gen, or something else, getting a virtual office, if you were going to pay for it, for the whole year, it'd be pretty expensive. A lot of times these virtual offices are like, about $100 a month. So what I do is I try to find a virtual office that's not like mainstream. Okay, so if I look up San Diego virtual office, Regis comes up. I don't want to do Regis. Regis is expensive. There's going to be tons of people using that virtual office. I don't know if Google knows their office address or not. I know they're cracking down on virtual offices. So obviously they're going to, they're not going to be able to find every single virtual office out there, but they're sure going to know Regis and Alliance and these other large virtual office spaces. So like Da Vinci, these guys are national. So what I'm looking for is I'm kind of looking for a virtual office that's more local, that's smaller. So if I go in San Diego and I'm looking around, here's one. It's on State Street. It's called State Street Offices. Okay, this is a small office. It's a building. And really the point of a virtual office is that you lease a virtual office that you can use when you need it, and you get use usually of their conference room. You get a certain amount of hours every month that you could come in and use the conference room. So say if I'm doing SEO in San Diego, and I don't want people coming to my house, but I want to give the appearance that I'm a pretty big agency, I get a virtual office like this. They come over to State Street. The receptionist, greets them and says, "Okay, you can go. He's in the conference room." They don't know that my office isn't here. They just know, okay, he rents this building. That's his secretary. This is his conference room. And then I meet with them, and I also, so there's an advantage there. But also, what they'll do is they'll collect my mail. So what I'll do is I'll call them. I'll make sure they, I don't want to get into a year contract. I just want month to month. I pay him the first month. I use that address. I send out my Google card, and then I cancel it. Now, here's the key with a lot of these offices like State Street. This is their main address, but what they do is everyone who gets a virtual office, they give a suite number to, and they just make that suite number up. So if I call, they're going to be like, oh, okay, you're suite number 405. And then what happens is when the mail 405 comes, it just goes, it just goes to this main address, and then they collect it. So they're going to give me a unique address. And so if you're getting a virtual office, what I do stay away from if they're giving everyone the same suite address, right? Because I don't want to be in some big building and there be 30 businesses with the same suite number. It just doesn't make sense. This makes sense. This is like, okay, his office is located here, and his office is number 404. So now what do you do if a virtual office isn't available to you? If there's not one there or you can't do it, well, I'm going to show you a couple other tactics in the next video.
Okay, so now that we have the address, how are we going to connect it to our Google Marketplace page? Well, there's a couple of different ways. One way is a way that I know Cotton uses, and that's you can just put your address in there, then have the card come to your house or your business or whatever, and then 5 days later you can go ahead and put any address in that you want, and you won't have to re-verify it by mail. And then after you do that, then you can start running your citations. So this will add maybe a couple of weeks, before you want to start doing your citations. Now, like any loophole, we don't know if how long before Google finds out what we're doing and closes it, but that method is working for now. The other way is you can do a change of address, and you can't really do it online, because if you go to do a change of address online and you want to change a business address, what's going to happen is they want you to verify with a credit card, meaning that they want to make sure that your business is actually at that address. So they will charge your card $1, which is non-refundable, but the address for that credit card has to be from the address that you want to change from. So what I do is I actually go to the post office and I get this change of address form, and I fill it out. And when you fill it out, it gives you a few options to fill it out, but what you want to do is when you open it up, you're probably going to want to fill out a couple of these. Now, if you're doing it for a business, like when we do this Iowa City SEO, just open it. I mean, when you open it, so you can see there's just a ton of stuff they put in here, but you want to get to this card right here. Okay, and then really all you need is one card. And this is where you're going to put your information. Now, if you're doing a business, just put the business name in here, because at the bottom it's going to say if a business. That's going to be choice number 6. If you put the business, don't put your name in here also. Just put the business and fill it out, and then send it off. You don't even have to use any postage. Then what I do is I do another one and I put my name on here, but I don't put the business. So it's going to have my name on one card and my business on the other card. And I'll show you why I do this. When we send for the card over into in our Google Marketplace. So too, I just want to let you know this mail forwarding is something I've been doing for quite a while, but I have not verified it with the Postmaster General. I don't know. So if you're going to do this, do it at your own risk. I've never had an issue or a problem with it. If this is your own SEO business or your client, it's just use your own. I would just use my own address.
Okay, now what we want to do is you want to get a phone number. We want to get a tracking number that records the phone calls. Now, you want to do this for just about anything you're doing online dealing with marketing. Obviously, if you're doing lead gen and you're selling those calls, you want to do this. If you have a client, you want to do this because, one, you want him to know that the leads he's getting are coming from you. You know, sometimes clients, you could rank them on page one, you could get their video ranked on page one. And when I first started, I had clients calling me saying, hey, what are you doing? I'm not getting any phone calls. And I'm thinking to myself, how is he not getting any phone calls? He's ranked number one. And then I put a tracking number on his site, and I found out he was getting phone calls. He just didn't know they were coming from me. So now at the end of the month for my clients, they get a report of where they're ranking, and they also get a list of all their phone calls that they got from the work that I've done. Also, too, the benefit is a lot of people, if they have a large business, they can't track how their secretaries are handling the phone calls or how their salespeople are dealing with people that are calling them. So we've had many instances where we were recording calls and we listened to a few of them and we were able to point out and say, listen, you might want to talk to your salesperson or your secretary. Here's how she's handling phone calls. And, you know, and it was why they were getting leads, but they weren't getting business. It was because the person answering the phone wasn't doing their job correctly. Where can we get these phone calls? There's a few different ways you can get it. First, a lot of people will use this call fire, right? And they have different options here. I don't generally use call fire. I know other people do. I know Fletch has used it. And it looks like their plan is 5 cents a minute or text, no monthly fees, and it's $3 for a phone number. So if you're just starting out, your funds are limited, this seems like it's a pretty easy way to go. The other way is to use Twilio. Now, what Twilio is, you can get numbers from them. It costs $1 a month and a penny a minute. But they do not record the phone calls. You still need something to interface with Twilio. So there's a couple of options. One is Qzx, and I use this mainly for lead gen. They have pricing plans. They do charge monthly. So if you're a small business, it's $10 a month, and they will host 8 numbers. Okay, so you still got to buy them from Twilio. So if you have 8 numbers, it's going to cost you $8 from Twilio and then $10 from Qzx, but they do a lot. Okay, you get customer login, they'll record the calls, and what I really like about them is that if you're doing lead gen, you can get a contact box that will track the submissions, and they would all automatically invoice it. So say the client got 20 phone calls and 5 contact box submissions. Qzx will create that invoice each week, each month, and you can specify the pricing, and then you just charge the client's credit card or forward the invoice over to the client. The other option you have is analytic call tracking. Now, I like these guys. They're who I primarily used. I started using. If I wasn't doing a lot of lead gen, I probably would just stick with them. They do have an upfront. It's $100 for their software. Okay, they got this $197, but they always have a $100 discount, so it's $100, and that's all you have to pay for their basic. And what I mean by basic is that you can buy the phone numbers through them, which is through Twilio. You have to have a Twilio account, so it still costs you the dollar, but they'll track the numbers, they'll record their numbers. Their interface is very easy to use. They don't have, like the contact box. They have an enterprise edition where they do more, like they'll do invoicing and stuff. This edition does not do that. If you're not doing lead gen, you probably don't need that. So if you're just using clients and something like this analytic call tracking will work. So for Twilio, it's really easy to buy a number. Okay, you just go over here to numbers, and you go here to buy a number. So how are we going to know what number to get? Well, we just want to find an area code. So I just put in Iowa City Plumbing, and I want to see what Google is recognizing as the area code, and it looks like 319. So I simply go over to Twilio, and I put 319, and then we search. And now I get all these numbers for 319, and I would just buy one of these, and it'd be $1 a month. Now, how do we do this with something like ACT? So now we can actually purchase this number through some of the softwares I showed you. So I'm going to show you how I set a company up in ACT. So what you want to do is go to admin, go to manage company, and you're going to go to add company. Well, what's the company name? So in this case, it's going to be Iowa City SEO. So Iowa City SEO, we're going to press OK, and now the company's been created. So the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to manage phone numbers. Okay, and here what we want to do is we want to search for a phone number. So we're going to put the area code in here, right? And then what you have to do is you have to put in basically the full number sequence, right? So what I want to do is I'm just putting in 7 of those stars. So this is a full number, and we're going to search. And now the numbers come up, and it gives me kind of the locations, right? And Iowa City, I don't see Iowa City here, but I know some of these are pretty close. So I would just click on here, and I would purchase the number, okay? And then once you purchase we purchase the number, we're gonna attach it to the company that we created. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in here, and basically we're gonna go to manage companies again. Here's Iowa City SEO. We're gonna go to numbers, okay? And we want to add a number. So this is the number we just purchased. I'm gonna click OK. Click that and save it, okay? So number saved. So now Iowa City SEO has a number. Next thing we want to do is we want to do call flow. What call flow is, it's where you want the number to be forwarded to. So I'm going to go here to edit settings, and we want ring 1. I mean, there's different options here like round robin where it will go to multiple numbers. There's a lot of options, and then you can look at the software. They have videos that explain all these options. But for this purpose, I want ring 1 number. I want the number to go to one place. So I'm going to just send it to my cell phone for right now. You can also send it to a voicemail, and there's other options. So I'm going to just press save. Okay, settings saved. So now what's going to happen is every time someone calls that tracking number, it's going to be forwarded to my cell phone. So now there's another feature here. It's called a call whisper. What the call whisper does is when someone is calling the business through your number, when the business picks up the phone, a whisper is just something that the person who picks up the phone hears. The person calling does not hear it, just the company hears it. And you could do something like, Joe's Leads, right? And then they're going to know that lead is coming from you right away. This works real good if you're doing lead gen. It's a tactic I've used before where I forwarded calls to a business, and I've just said something like 3Stage, which is my business name, before, and then right after they hear 3Stage, they hear, hey, I'm looking for a company to fix my plumbing. And then I'll call that business a couple of weeks later and says, hey, did you receive some of the calls we've been sending you? I'm Joe from 3Stage Marketing. So the whisper is nice, and the other one's a recording notification. And this is the person who is calling the business, okay? It'll before the phone rings, they say this phone call will be recorded, so that they know that they're going to be recorded. This is actually required by law if you're recording phone calls. So you're going to want to do that, and you can do a text-to-speech upload, or you could record audio right from your computer. And you can also disable recordings altogether. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a text-to-speech, right, for the recording notification. I just put in here, this call will be recorded for quality purposes. So we press test. Let's see what it sounds like.
This call will be recorded for quality purposes.
All right, it sounds fine to me, so I'm gonna save that. Okay, so For the whisper, I want to do something like Iowa City .com. See, I'm spelling it out, so let's test it.
IowaCityCO.com.
Okay, close enough. So they know that the leads coming in are going to be from iowacityseo.com. All right. So you can use it as you need to. Let's do a test, right? Let's do a test of the phone call. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually call this number from my phone, and we're going to see what it sounds like. Let's see how this goes. So I have my phone here, and I'm just going to put in the number. All right, so I called the number. I basically called it, and you'll see here that we have one call, and okay, and we see it was recorded. It was 32 seconds. It tells me where the call was from. It tells me the number it was from, and everything else. And then we have a recording here, so we can just simply press record. Press play.
Just doing a test. All right, just doing a test. I'm testing out the phone number, see how the recording works. Fantastic.
All right, so it had an echo before because I called my cell phone, and I have my cell phone here and the house phone, so it was picking up both of them. But once I muted my cell phone, then you saw there was no echo. Now, the other thing, if you want to send this out, simply go here, and you could send an email link. You can also get links for your calls through the reporting and everything else to send to your client. With the Axe software, that you do have to do is you have to put it on your own domain. So you'll see up here that I create a subdomain tracking.3stage marketing. So they'll do it for you. I think they charge you like 30 or 40 bucks. It's something you have to do with your cPanel. Whereas Callfire and something like Calzoo, it's run through their website, so you don't have to do it. All right, so now that we have our phone number, the next thing we're going to need is our photos. So for doing an SEO site, it's going to be pretty easy to get some photos. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. We want to try to get the photos to be as unique as possible. Now, I know a lot of times people go in and they'll buy photos from like photo stock, and that's okay, but the photos are not unique. So I'm going to show you a tactic that I use. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder in Dropbox. You can see here that we're in Dropbox in a folder I have called Director's Cut Iowa City SEO. I'm just going to create a new folder. Okay, we're going to call that Photos. You can call it photos, you can call it images, you can call it whatever you want. The reason why I put it in Dropbox is what I can simply do is I can share this folder with anyone, and actually my Iowa City SEO folder, the main folder, I've shared that with Greg, and I'll share that with other people on the project. I can share it with my outsourcer. So when my outsourcer is doing citations or making videos or doing anything, they have access to the photo folder, and also when I have them go retrieve unique photos, they stick it in here. The other thing I'll do is I'll share the Dropbox link, and it's going to be right here. So if anyone needs quick access to photos that maybe is not shared in the folder for some reason, they could just click this and they'll have access to all the photos. Dropbox is just so nice to be able to coordinate. You can use bigger things like Basecamp and other bigger software, but if you're just starting out, Dropbox is just fine. So for this case, I can do some screenshots. Like we can take this St. George water damage, and we can show he's got the whole front page pretty much. So these are just pictures we're going to be sticking in the citations. We're going to be putting our keywords in them. They don't have to be fabulous. I'm not necessarily going to be using these on the website, but I just want some unique picture. So I'm going to take a screenshot. This software here that I'm using is called Jing, Jing. It's absolutely free. So just look Jing.com. It's by TechSmith, the same people that made Camtasia, and we're going to be using that quite a bit on this training. So it's you guys should grab it. So I'm going to just highlight like this. And there's other ways to make these screenshots. I'm just doing this real quick for the demo. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to show our So what I did is I just put some arrows. I just put some arrows there pointing to the boxes, and then I'm gonna just come up here. I'll put a text box. Okay. And this is a box I can draw, and I'm just gonna put something like multiple first page. So I just put something like that. They can see the term, and then they can see, obviously you can do a different type of screenshot and probably get in the whole page if you want, but this will work for what we're doing. So I'm just gonna save it, and I'm just gonna name it Iowa City SEO screenshot. We're gonna go back. We're gonna rename all those files anyway. I'm gonna show you how I do it, but I'm just gonna save it right there. Okay. I can do this a few more times with a couple of different terms. So the other way that I get photos is I go to YouTube, and what I'll do is I'll just grab some screenshots from videos. Now this works pretty well with the construction niche. Say if I'm doing water heater repair, right? I know this is off the SEO, but I just want to show you the tactic because how you can use it in other niches. But so see, like hot water heater repair, I'm looking for some videos. I want a video where someone's doing some water heater repair, and I could. All right, this ain't gonna work. This guy's got like a copyright thing on it. Let's see. Okay, so I found a video here. And I use this method mostly for lead gen and for my PBNs and kind of for these citation type stuff where I need unique images. So all I'm doing is come in here, and this is going to be the picture. Actually, I'm going to just expand the video because I really want the picture to be as large as possible. We'll do it like that. We'll go here. I'm going to capture the image. Okay, I'm going to save it. Okay. So the next thing we have to do is we got to make sure that we want to make sure that our photo is unique. So we go into Google Images, and here it says search by image. So we're going to click on that icon, and then we're going to upload it. So I'm going to take this image right here. We're going to open it, and then we're going to search it. Okay, so here's why you want to search, because I put a search in for this image, and I got a bunch of results. So what's happening? Well, what it looks like is that the screenshot that they're using for the video is actually the image that I took. So now you're going to see a bunch for YouTube, and then also wherever this video is embedded, well, there's that image. So I'm not going to use this image. I'm going to try to find a different image that I can use. Okay, so what I did is I just went and I got another image from YouTube, did the same thing. I just didn't want to put it on, record it. So basically it's the image of a water heater, and he's checking the electrical. So I put it in the search. I got no results for it, so I know that image is good. So what I would do next is I'd actually just have my outsourcer do it, or you can do it. It's just go through a bunch of videos until you get 10, 12 videos that you can use. And keep in mind also, if you have a client, obviously the first choice is going to be to get images from them. Even if they just, you gave them a camera and said, I've done this before. I've given them a cheap camera and said, listen, take this with you to work, and can you snap like 15 pictures for me? or give this camera to your employee. Can they snap 15, 20 pictures for me? I mean, that's ideal. That's what you want. If they have a shop, you get some pictures of your shop, and then you can use that in their marketing. Now, trying to get an image for, let's say we're looking for SEO services, is actually pretty easy. We go through here, we'll go through YouTube, and we're going to take a screenshot from one of these videos. Now, going down here, one thing you want to keep in mind is we see these videos, and this is the thumbnail. When we're looking at the video, we don't want to take a screenshot of something that looks similar to the thumbnail. We're going to get the results like we did with the water heater. So let's try this one here, okay? What's nice about this is just a graphic video, and like we could take a screenshot of that. Going through here, okay, like here. I mean, this is pretty similar to the thumbnail that we saw, but we could probably even take a picture of that. I actually went through here and I took a couple of pictures. Like I took one of this one right here, okay? And this is going to be in my citations that I'm creating. I'm not too worried about it. I am going to check Google Images, right? So we'll just upload the image. We'll choose a file. Okay, let's check this. Okay, and we see there, there's no other images on the internet of this. It's just in that one video. So I'm not going to run into any issues where someone's like, "Hey, you stole my image." I mean, this is the image I could have created with Photoshop, right? So whatever. So next, what I would do is I probably wouldn't necessarily take two images from the same video. I would just go to another video and take another image and do the same thing. I mean, so here's another one. I just looked up reputation management. I found this. It's like a 30-minute presentation someone did, and this is one of the slides. Okay, so reputation management is a page we're going to have on the SEO site. So this will be a decent image to have. So I uploaded it. I did the screen capture. I uploaded it, and here. Okay, there's a couple of matches, but they're not exact, right? They're similar, but they're not exact. And what he is showing here is the Nielsen Trust, and that's just showing Nielsen. So this is fine. So I'm gonna take it. So I'm gonna end the video now. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna get some more of these images, and then on the next video I'll show you how we're gonna tag them. All right, so now we're back at our spreadsheet, and the next thing I want to do is I'm going to do some keywords. Now, keyword research is pretty simple. So for keywords, there's just really some basic keywords we're going to do, like Iowa City SEO. And then I know Greg, he covers a lot with the keywords, but these are the keywords I have that I'm going to actually just use for our citations. So looking at these keywords, we got, Iowa City SEO. Obviously, you can reverse that, SEO, Iowa City, and so those will be your main keywords. We got graphic design, and these are some supporting keywords, affordable SEO services, some longer tail stuff. Now, what we want to do is we want to come up with a description. This is the description that we're going to use in the Google Marketplace or Google Local. Also, this is the description that we're going to put on all our citations. Now, when I do citations, I just use the same description for every citation. We don't make different ones for everyone. We just use the same one, and we want to keep it consistent. Everything with the citations, we want them to be as consistent as possible. So in this description, I want to definitely put in my major keywords that we want to rank for, but I also don't want it to be too terribly long, because some of the places where we're going to leave the description, some of the citations, they only give you 200 or 400 or 500 characters. So what if you're sitting here and you have to do the description, you can't even think of what to write? So one way what we can do is, let me go to Google. All right, we'll pick a city where SEO is hot, right? Where, like, San Diego is the mega of SEO. It's a very, anything in San Diego a lot of times is going to be much harder to rank because there's a lot of SEO people out there. Well, when we're looking at this, one thing I do when I'm making these descriptions is I'll come in and I'll try and I'll put in like SEO services San Diego or Chicago or somewhere, and I'll come here and I'll just grab some of these ads right here, because a lot of times when people are doing these ads, these paper ads, they put a lot of money and research into creating them. So I kind of use this to give me some ideas. So what I might do is I might just get out a notepad and I'm just going to take, a couple of these sentences. Now I'm not going to copy them word for word. What they're going to do is they're going to give me some ideas, okay? And they're going to give me some ideas. And that's if I don't have any ideas of what to write. We can even look at some of these descriptions that people are putting in here. Okay, we can also do something like reputation management, right? Because that's something that we wanna rank for. Okay, so here we can do remove negative reviews and articles, best reputation management service. It might improve your online presence, repair, so I might take this right here. I might grab that. Okay, so here's, I put in another one of our major keywords, social media consultant. So I'm going to grab that sentence there. Okay, so what I did is I just put this little description together. And I used a combination of the keywords that we have and some of the stuff I kind of snaked off the internet, those ads. So the first two sentences are going to be the most important, because there we want people to know who we are. We also want to put our keywords in there, but we don't want to stuff them. So the first sentence I wrote is, here at Iowa City SEO, we earn the reputation as the best internet marketing service in all of Iowa City. So here I have two of my keywords, Iowa City SEO, which is also my brand, and then I have internet marketing services in Iowa City. Then the next sentence is, we offer unparalleled SEO marketing plans. There's a keyword. Reputation management. There's another keyword. Web design. That's another keyword. So, and we have pages for each of these things. Okay. Services. Now, this last sentence is kind of a combination of things that I found off those ads. It just simply says, our SEO packages. That's a keyword. Are affordable, and we use only proven search engine marketing and social media marketing. There's a keyword. Techniques that are trusted by some of the top brands online. That's it. Now, for some of the citations, we can use this whole paragraph. Some we won't. Some will only be able to use maybe the first two sentences, and that's fine because I have a majority of my keywords in there. Now, if we wanted to, we could make this longer. Right? We can, for example, in the Google business page, you can put a long description there if you want now. It used to be limited. Facebook, they have a short description and a long description. Yelp, you can put a longer description in there too. But for the purpose of this demo, I'm just doing this one, this right now, to show you guys. If you want to know, for me personally, the percentage of times I put in a really long description is more often than not, I just do this. Unless for some reason I think I need to put in more, but 70% of the time, this is all I'm doing. All right, so here I'm back at my chart. Now I have my business description here. Got my keywords down there. So the next thing that we have to do is we're going to go in and we're just going to simply tag some of these pictures. Now the reason why I want to tag these pictures is when I upload this into my Google Local or my other citations, Google, they can't read pictures. They can only read words, so they only know what this picture is about really by what you tag it as. I consistently have pictures that are on my website show up on the front page of Google because they're tagged right. I've even had Yelp, pictures I've tagged in Yelp show up on the first page of Google for very competitive keywords because they were tagged correctly. all I'm going to do is just go rename, and I'm going to take my list of keywords, and I'm going to name each of these pictures, a keyword, and that's it. Okay. And it's not super complicated. It's just, I'm just going through and naming these. So they're all going to be named kind of a different keyword. Now, if you want to, say if this was a business, and sometimes I vary up the keywords, like, so if it's plumbing and it's a picture of a truck, I would put San Diego plumbing truck, San Diego plumbing crew truck, or something like that, where it kind of describes the picture a little bit too, but also has my keyword in it. And usually this is enough, just putting the keywords in here, right? But if you wanted to, you can go in, into the properties of the picture. You can go into details. Let's see. And you can add a title, tags, a comment. So, for example, I can add some more keywords in here. And what it'll do is when this gets crawled, it's going to have some of these keywords. So what I would usually do here is I would put, like, we would get some long tail keywords. I'd have a whole list of keywords usually, and so we would just put some long tail stuff in there, and my outsourcer would just go through, and she just, we wouldn't want to stuff them. Like the comments, we would put like, this is a of our Iowa City online marketing consulting, space, or results, right? Because it's a picture of results. Okay, so there I have the keyword in there, and it's also a comment. So that's something else you can do. But for this keyword, I'm not even gonna really worry about doing that. I'm just gonna go in, and I'm gonna just tag all these. All right, so now we have all our pictures tags, and we'll use these pictures in our, we can use them for our social media, for our citations, for our website, and now we're done. So now what we can do is we can start building out our properties. And really, at this point is where we can just, we can outsource a lot of things, and just, give our outsourcers this information. They have everything they need to build out Facebook, Twitter, to build out all the citations. Everything they need is right here. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to get a phone number. We want to get a tracking number that records the phone calls. Now, you want to do this for just about anything you're doing online dealing with marketing. Obviously, if you're doing lead gen and you're selling those calls, you want to do this. If you have a client, you want to do this because, one, you want him to know that the leads he's getting are coming from you. Sometimes clients, you could rank them on page 1, you could get their video ranked on page 1. And when I first started, I had clients calling me saying, "Hey, what are you doing? I'm not getting any phone calls." And I'm thinking to myself, how is he not getting any phone calls? He's ranked number 1. And then I put a tracking number on his site, and I found out he was getting phone calls. He just didn't know they were coming from me. So now, at the end of the month, for my clients, they get a report of where they're ranking, and they also get a list of all their phone calls that they got from the work that I've done. Also, too, the benefit is a lot of people, if they have a large business, they can't track how their secretaries are handling the phone calls, or how their salespeople are dealing with people that are calling them. So we've had many instances where we were recording calls, and we listened to a few of them, and we were able to point out and say, listen, you might want to talk to your salesperson or your secretary. Here's how she's handling phone calls. And it was why they were getting leads, but they weren't getting business. It was because the person answering the phone wasn't doing their job correctly. Where can we get these phone calls? There's a few different ways you can get it. First, a lot of people will use this call fire, right? And they have different options here. I don't generally use call fire. I know other people do. I know Fletch has used it. And it looks like their plan is 5 cents a minute or text, no monthly fees, and it's $3 for a phone number. So if you're just starting out, your funds are limited, this seems like it's a pretty easy way to go. The other way is to use Twilio. Now, what Twilio is, you can get numbers from them. It costs $1 a month and a penny a minute. But they do not record the phone calls. You still need something to interface with Twilio. So there's a couple of options. One is Qzx, and I use this mainly for lead gen. They have pricing plans. They do charge monthly. So if you're a small business, it's $10 a month, and they will host 8 numbers. Okay, so you still got to buy them from Twilio. So if you have 8 numbers, it's going to cost you $8 from Twilio and then $10 from Qzx, but they do a lot. Okay, you get customer login, they'll record the calls, and what I really like about them is that if you're doing lead gen, you can get a contact box that will track the submissions, and they would all automatically invoice it. So say the client got 20 phone calls and 5 contact box submissions. Qzx will create that invoice each week, each month, and you can specify the pricing, and then you just charge the client's credit card or forward the invoice over to the client. The other option you have is analytic call tracking. Now, I like these guys. They're who I primarily used. I started using. If I wasn't doing a lot of lead gen, I probably would just stick with them. They do have an upfront. It's $100 for their software. Okay, they got this $197, but they always have a $100 discount, so it's $100, and that's all you have to pay for their basic. And what I mean by basic is that you can buy the phone numbers through them, which is through Twilio. You have to have a Twilio account, so it still costs you the dollar, but they'll track the numbers, they'll record their numbers. Their interface is very easy to use. They don't have, like the contact box. They have an enterprise edition where they do more, like they'll do invoicing and stuff. This edition does not do that. If you're not doing lead gen, you probably don't need that. So if you're just using clients and something like this analytic call tracking will work. So for Twilio, it's really easy to buy a number. Okay, you just go over here to numbers, and you go here to buy a number. So how are we going to know what number to get? Well, we just want to find an area code. So I just put in Iowa City Plumbing, and I want to see what Google is recognizing as the area code, and it looks like 319. So I simply go over to Twilio, and I put 319, and then we search. And now I get all these numbers for 319, and I would just buy one of these, and it'd be $1 a month. Now, how do we do this with something like ACT? So now we can actually purchase this number through some of the softwares I showed you. So I'm going to show you how I set a company up in ACT. So what you want to do is go to Admin, go to Manage Company, and you're going to go to Add Company. Well, what's the company name? So in this case, it's going to be Iowa City SEO. So Iowa City SEO, we're going to press OK, and now the company's been created. So the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to manage phone numbers. Okay, and here what we want to do is we want to search for a phone number. So we're going to put the area code in here, right? And then what you have to do is you have to put in basically the full number sequence, right? So what I want to do is I'm just putting in 7 of those stars. So this is a full number, and we're going to search. And now the numbers come up, and it gives me kind of the locations, right? And Iowa City, I don't see Iowa City here, but I know some of these are pretty close. So I would just click on here, and I would purchase the number, okay? And then once you purchase we purchase the number, we're gonna attach it to the company that we created. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in here, and basically we're gonna go to Manage Companies again. Here's Iowa City SEO. We're gonna go to Numbers, okay? And we want to add a number. So this is the number we just purchased. I'm going to click OK. Check like that and save it. Okay. So number saved. So now Iowa City SEO has a number. Next thing we want to do is we want to do call flow. What call flow is, it's where you want the number to be forwarded to. So I'm going to go here to edit settings, and we want ring 1. I mean, there's different options here like round robin where it will go to multiple numbers. It'll there's a lot of options, and then you can look at the software. They have videos that explain all these options. But for this purpose, I want ring 1 number. I want the number to go to one place. So I'm going to just send it to my cell phone for right now. You can also send it to a voicemail, and there's other options. So I'm going to just press save. Okay, settings saved. So now what's going to happen is every time someone calls that tracking number, it's going to be forwarded to my cell phone. So now there's another feature here. It's called a call whisper. What the call whisper does is when someone is calling the business through your number, when the business picks up the phone, a whisper is just something that the person who picks up the phone hears. The person calling does not hear it, just the company hears it. And you could do something like, Joe's leads, right? And then they're going to know that lead is coming from you right away. This works real good if you're doing lead gen. It's a tactic I've used before where I forwarded calls to a business, and I've just said something like 3Stage, which is my business name, before, and then right after they hear 3Stage, they hear, hey, I'm looking for a company to fix my plumbing. And then I'll call that business a couple of weeks later and says, hey, did you receive some of the calls we've been sending you? I'm Joe from 3Stage Marketing. So the whisper is nice, and the other one's a recording notification. And this is the person who is calling the business. Okay, it'll before the phone rings, they say this phone call will be recorded, so that they know that they're going to be recorded. This is actually required by law if you're recording phone calls. So you're going to want to do that, and you can do a text-to-speech upload, or you could record audio right from your computer. And you can also disable recordings altogether. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a text-to-speech, right, for the recording notification. I just put in here, this call will be recorded for quality purposes. So we press test. Let's see what it sounds like.
This call will be recorded for quality purposes.
All right, it sounds fine to me, so I'm gonna save that. Okay, so for the whisper, I want to do something like Iowa City .com. See, I'm spelling it out, so let's test it.
IowaCityCO.com.
Okay, it's close enough. So they know that the leads coming in are going to be from iowacityseo.com. All right. So you can use that as you need to. Let's do a test, right? Let's do a test of the phone call. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually call this number from my phone, and we're going to see what it sounds like. Let's see how this goes. So I have my phone here, and I'm just going to put in the number. All right, so I called the number. I basically called it, and you'll see here that we have one call, and okay, and we see it was recorded. It was 32 seconds. It tells me where the call was from. It tells me the number it was from, and everything else. And then we have a recording here, so we can just simply press record. Press play.
Just doing a test. All right, just doing a test. I'm testing out the phone number, see how the recording works. Fantastic.
All right, so it had an echo before because I called my cell phone, and I have my cell phone here and the house phone, so it was picking up both of them. But once I muted my cell phone, then you saw there was no echo. Now, the other thing, if you want to send this out, simply go here, and you could send an email link. You can also get links for your calls through the reporting and everything else to send to your client. With the Axe software, that you do have to do is you have to put it on your own domain. So you'll see up here that I created subdomain tracking.3stage marketing. So they'll do it for you. I think they charge you like 30 or 40 bucks. It's something you have to do with your cPanel. Whereas Callfire and something like Calzoo, it's run through their website, so you don't have to do it. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is create our Twitter account. So it's real simple. All right, we're going to put in the email address that we got here. And we're going to come up with a password. Okay, and again, on the other, I have two screens. So on my other screen, I'm just filling in information, like my password, and I'm just creating another line on my right here, right? So we're keeping the information as we go. It's extremely important. Oh, okay, save pass. All right, so we're going to choose a username. We got Iowa SEO Expert. So they're just suggesting that we follow people. So I just go, follow. Okay, so now here we can add a photo. So I'm going to upload the photo that we've been using. Again, if I had a regular picture, that's what we would use, but this is what we have for now. So we're going to continue. I mean, it's asking us to find people. We don't have anything people to find, so I'm going to go skip. And here we are. It's set up, but now we have to verify it, so I'm just going to go into the email and verify it. All right, so we're confirmed. Now we still want to do some more edits. We're going to want to put a description in here. We're also going to want to put a photo. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right here. We're going to go to settings. Actually, what we want to do is we actually want to go to the page. That's where I was trying to get to. So we just want to go to our main page. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go to edit profile, and then we're going to be able to stick a header photo in here. So I'm just going to pick another picture here. Let's see. We'll just see how they look. All right. We can reposition it. We can zoom it in, zoom it out. We can move it around. This is nice. This is kind of like downtown at night. So I'm going to... Okay, so down here, I just added, they give you a limited amount of space on Twitter, very limited. So I just changed up the description a bit. I say here at Iowa City SEO, we offer internet marketing services, web design, social media marketing, and reputation management. I have Iowa City here, and then I have our email. And so I just click Save Changes. Okay, actually, it wasn't the email I went there. It was the website. So I save changes here. So now I have my keywords in here. I have my location in here. And I have my link right there. All right. So the next thing I'm going to create for a citation is Yelp for Business. So what we're going to do is we're going to Yelp for Business. So that's different than regular Yelp.com. It's biz.yelp.com. That's where you want to go, and then you want to go and sign up. All right, so the first thing we want to do is put in the business name. Okay, so we're going to do Iowa City SEO. It's going to be near Iowa City. Find my business, and we know the business will not be there. Okay, it's not there, so we hit add your business to Yelp. Okay, so now this is the first stage of adding our business. I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna fill in all this information like we've done with the Facebook page and the Twitter page. All right, so we got this filled out here for the most part. I tried to keep the categories as similar as possible. We're going to add business. All right, now we're going to have to verify in the email. That's what I'm going to do. All right, so I did a confirmation, and here is my Yelp listing. Now, it's still not complete. What's going to happen is Yelp is going to do a review, and then they're going to send me another email in about a week. Once I get that email, I can add my description, add pictures, and add a lot more stuff. Right now I don't have a login. I can't really edit this. Now here's one thing I want to show you. I want you to keep in mind when creating a Yelp page is whatever the title is, it's going to be in the URL plus city. So like if my business is Joe's Plumbing, it'll be Joe's Plumbing / San Diego. So what I'll do a lot of times is I'll make sure that my keyword is definitely going to be in my title. And I do that really just for Yelp. You know, so if I was a plumber and my business was Superior Guys or whatever, and say that plumbing wasn't in their name, it would be Superior Guys Plumbing, right? And then it would be, if it was San Diego, San Diego. So really, I only do that to Yelp so I can get the keyword up in there. But that's something to keep in mind. So once, probably next week when this all comes in, then what we'll do is I'll do the second part. So this is where, again, I know I keep talking about keeping records, but if I was outsourcing this, obviously all these are going to one email. So Yelp is something that takes a week really to get fully verified. I think Yahoo does also. And there's a couple of other directories. So what we do is my outsourcer will go and she'll do the initial citation, and then she has to check the email for these citations in particular until they get approved. Sometimes if you're doing a lot of citations, you do this first step and then you forget to do the second step, or you don't go back and the citation's never fully completed. So this is something that you want to remember. What I'll also do on the sheet, like on this Yelp sheet, what we'll do is we'll color code it. So say I got Yelp here and Yelp isn't finished yet, I'll go in and we'll put we'll color code it. So say that's going to be yellow. So now when we look at that sheet, we know that this isn't fully complete yet. We're going to have to come back to it. Okay, so it looks like my Yelp business page got manually approved. So I got an email today saying that I can claim my business. So this is the second part of signing up for Yelp, is I have to create a business owner profile. So I'm just going to fill out this information. So what's going to happen is you're going to get an email with a link, and it's going to take you to this page. And we're going to set up our business owner's profile. So I have my information here. We're going to press continue. Okay, so it's going to send me another verification link that I have to wait for. Okay, so I got that email, and now I'm going to continue to my business page. Okay, so now my business page is set up. Now remember, once this is set up and you're verified, this is when a lot of the phone calls are going to start from Yelp wanting you to advertise with them. So here's where we can press business information, and we want to fill out some more information here. See, we can add our hours here. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and add some of the information that's requested here in business information. So I just added a little bit of information here. I added the hours, the specialties, or this is just the same thing that I'm putting in my other directories, just a little bit about our business, what we do. Meet the owner manager, history, add a bio. You can add all this stuff, okay? If I was in a super high competitive niche, I would definitely add this. If it was for a local business and I was optimizing their Yelp page and it was my client, I would add this info here. If I'm doing this for a lead gen site, I'd probably leave it like this. Unless I was trying to rank it and it wasn't moving, then maybe I would add more information here. But for right now, this will be fine. The next thing we want to do is add the photos. Okay, and we're going to upload the photos. And so I just, highlight all the photos I have, and I'm uploading them right now. Okay, so I got the photos uploaded. There is one thing I want to do here, and I forgot, is meet the owner manager, add bio. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put the name in. And I'm going to upload a photo. And then we'll hit save changes. Okay, again, if this is your client, you'd probably want to put at least a paragraph or some kind of information in there. Whoops. All right, so I was able to save it. Basically, to meet the business owner, I had to put some kind of information. So what I did was I just put established 2009. Okay, but obviously, right, if this, you should probably put a little information about the owner if it's a real business. Now, you could put keywords in here. I wouldn't. I don't think it's necessary. We don't want to over-optimize the page because I have a lot of the keywords here. So if you're going to do history and this stuff, I would make it legit. I would make it really the history of the business, really about the business owner. Because even if you're ranking this on page 1, if that's your goal, you want to convert people. Well, how are you going to convert them? By letting them know about you, about the business, your business, if it's you or your client's business. Remember, these listings are used for SEO, to build domain authority, to rank, but it's also for conversion. You always have to keep that in mind. What you're doing is you're establishing an authority for the internet, right? You build the authority of your site, but you're also establishing you or your client as the authority in that city. So, if my client comes up all over the place for Iowa City SEO, but all his listings are barely filled out, there's no real pictures, it doesn't matter. But if they're filled out completely, they have a nice photo of the person, a little bit about their history, then people are going to get to know your client and feel more comfortable calling them. So now when we go to our listing, we see all our pictures are uploaded. We got our information all here. We have our link. Okay, we got everything we need. Okay, so now we're going to create our Google Plus profile. We're going to create our business page and everything else like that. So the first thing, since this is a new Gmail account, we're going to have to put in all our information. So we have our name here, Mal. We have our birth date. We have all that stuff. We're going to add a photo. All right, so let's select the photo from my computer. Okay, we're going to select the photo right here. Okay, so there's my photo. Okay, so we're going to Google Plus and creating. Okay, so we're going to hit upgrade. All right, so again, it's going to ask us to search all this. Now, remember, if this is your client or this is your business, like say your SEO page, my advice would be to just do it on your regular profile because you're a real person. If it's your SEO site, you want to connect it to you. You want to brand yourself who you are. We're doing it like this because this is kind of a demo, and it's going to be a working site, but we have to do it this way. So where do you work? We just fill in the information. All right, now we're going to press finished. All right, so now we have our profile set up. Now what we would definitely want to do is we want to go in and we want to fill in as much about us, about our story, everything that we can. We want to fill all that in over here because we want to make like we're a real person. You know, if it's my client and he's never had a Gmail account, we'll fill that out. We'll stick photos. Now this is where you put like your personal photos, your family photos or whatever. You know, this is your profile. This is your +1 account. You work at Iowa City SEO, and we're gonna make a page for that. But you, here is where you become the real person. Now we're gonna go here and we're gonna go to pages. Okay, and we're gonna choose a page that we want to make. Okay, get your page. Yes, I want to get my. All right, so now it's gonna ask us to choose our business type. Are we a storefront? Are we a service? Are we a brand? Okay, so we're SEO. We're obviously a service area because we don't want people coming to our address. So search by business name. Iowa City SEO. Okay. All right. So so we go in here. Any of these businesses yours? No, no, no. Okay. So we're gonna go add business. Okay. So simply put, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our information here again, like we did with all our other citations. So I'm gonna just pause this for a second. Okay. So I got the basic information in there. It's asking for category. We can put more categories in later, but for right now we just have to put in one. I deliver goods and services to my customers at their location. I click that and I click continue. Okay, so this is where we can put in a city or zip code, or we do a radius. So that's what I'm going to do is a radius, and we're going to do within. I don't know why this funky thing came up here. We're going to do 60 miles. Okay. You can do whatever you want. I generally like to do 60 miles. Okay. I don't want to check that because I don't want to serve customers at my address. So press continue. Okay. So we need to create a group that'll manage. Okay. Yes. I'm authorized to manage this page. Continue. Okay, so we're being asked to verify our location, and even though they don't show you the whole address on the card, this goes out to the whole address, so don't worry about it. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the optional contact name, okay, and okay, send postcard. Continue. All right, so now the postcard is going to be generated. It may take a week, 2 weeks. Sometimes it's taken as much as 3 weeks for me to get a card, because what's going to have to happen is it's going to have to go to this address, and then it's going to have to come and be forwarded to me. But in the meantime, we can finish filling out our profile. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the profile photo here. I'm going to select it for my computer. Let's hit edit. So we're going to go down here. We want to just make sure we want to fill everything out 100%. Okay. So the address is there. We have the phone number, the website. Okay. We want to enter our website URL. Okay, and then we want to enter our email. All right, so I added my website. I'm going to hit save. Going to come down. I'm going to see if I can add some more categories. So what kind of categories? Can I add something for advertising? Okay, advertising agency. Let's see, is there anything for... All right, so I changed up the categories a little bit. The primary I put is internet marketing services. Then I did advertising agency and then web design. So I just changed the order now. I put web designer second, advertising agency. So we're going to save that. Okay. Introduction. Okay, this is where I'm going to put my intro. This is where. Now, there's something else that we can do here. We can obviously put links from the content back to our site. We already have a link on the page, but here's what I'm going to do. There's pages we're going to have on the site that are going to be for, certain things that we do. So one is, okay, so I'll just put here, check out our services below. Okay, so here's reputation management. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to add a link, and this is going to be a link to our page that we created, and it's going to be the page on reputation management. And then next I could do social media marketing, right? And then I'll take the social media marketing page. All right, so when someone looks at my description, they're going to see about our company. Then also they're going to see these links will take them to the page. If they're looking for reputation management, they simply hit that link and it takes them to the reputation management page. And what's also going to be nice is, it's going to be a signal. So if someone's searching in Google Maps or local, I have a good chance of coming up for reputation management. Let's see, we'll put done editing. Okay, so it still says I'm only 70% complete. Oh, I forgot to put my business hours of operation. So this is important. Okay, so we're going to go 9 a.m. right to 4 p.m. That's what we're doing. Weekdays, we're going to add Saturday. Okay, same thing. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, so we got that done. Okay, we're 80% complete. We have to add photos. So yeah, I was going to add some photos. What I'm going to do is the photos we've already created, we're going to just simply go in and hold on one second. I'm going to take all these photos I've already tagged, and they're all going to be uploaded. Because I want to fill up my page. I want to fill it up as much as possible. So these are loading up. All right, so I got my photos in there. Now I'm at 90%. The only thing I'm waiting for is for the card to come. Until the card comes, this won't be live. But at least, it's finished, and when a card comes, I just enter the card. I don't have to worry about it. All right, so the next thing we want to do is we're going to create our YouTube channel. So we're going to come here, and we want to create the channel. So obviously what we want to create is the Iowa City SEO channel, and we want to connect that to our Google business page. That way we're all connected. Our videos get posted there. So we're going to do create channel. Okay. All right, so here we are. Now that we've created the channel, we're just going to optimize it. So we'll do start right here. We're going to add some channel art, and let's see if we get a photo that can work. Let's see if we get something, because we're only going to be able to get like a small portion of it. This is an aerial shot. Let's see how this works. Okay, it's not going to work. Let's try this one. So I might not have a photo big enough right now to fit on here. So if I don't, well, we're having all the channel art made anyway. So since I don't have one that's going to work, I'm not going to get too aggro over it. Basically, I'm just going to just select something that looks cool. All right, there, that looks pretty cool. Well, you know what? That's not Iowa City because it has. All right, I didn't want to go with that other city because it obviously was not Iowa City. So I went in and I tried to find something that would work in the channel art. They didn't have a whole lot. They got this picture, which I don't even know why they have it there because it doesn't even crop right. But this is good for now. It's better than a black background. It kind of looks like a little bit, I could spin it like it's advertising. We should have the channel art for this in probably a week anyway, so I'm not overly concerned. So next thing we want to do is we want to come in here and you want to add our information. We want to add our links. So we go here and hit edit links. So once we're in here, we can add our channel description. Okay, we can add all the stuff we need to add. Pull up my sheet. Okay, there's our channel description. We're going to add our email here. Okay, and then we're going to add some links. As we get more, okay, we'll add more here. Our Google Plus is already added. We want to add our website. All right, so we're going to add our website right here. Then I'm just going to go through and add our Facebook and Twitter and the other pages we have set up so far. All right, so I have all my accounts added, so I'm going to click Done. I'm going to click Done. Now if we go back to my channel, we go back to Home. Okay, we'll see here's all our links right here. Now as I get more Web 2.0s or citation sites, I can add them or take them away. So like if I create a Blogger account, I might take out this Yelp account, or if I have a Manta account or something, then I can always switch that out. But this is nice for now. We have our website link, we have a social media. If someone happens to come to our YouTube channel, we look like a real professional business. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to go to channel settings. So okay, we're going to leave this here, United States, and then we're going to put in our keywords. So SEO, I mean, we don't want to go crazy with these keywords. We want them to all be related, right? And we also we want to tell people what our site is about. Web design, city, okay. All right, so okay, we go down here. Allow my channel to appear. Yes, yes. Google, we don't have that yet, so we're going to save it. And so here it is. They put our keywords here in parentheses, but that's fine. Okay, so this is complete. So the next place we want to go to is, okay, we want to go to status and features. And what we have to do is verify our account. Well, how do we verify the account? We got to use a phone number. So I'm going to just put call me with an automated phone, and I'm going to just put a phone number in here and I'm going to verify it. All right, so I verified it. It says congratulations. Going to go continue. Now, what this did was it allowed me to put in longer videos, and most importantly, allowed me to do external annotations, which means now I can put a link inside my video that people could click on and they can go to my website. So this is good. Not only it's cool for when it's on YouTube, but if my video gets embedded on somebody's site, I could say, click this link here, and they could actually click the link in the video when it's embedded on someone else's site, and it'll take them to my site. So this is a really cool trick that a lot of people don't utilize. And then when we come down here, we're able to do live events. And really, we want to enable this because this is how we're going to upload our videos, is through these live events. Once we verified, we're going to go back to advanced. We're going to come down here. It's going to tell us we want to associate a website. Now, in order to do this, we have to have our Google Webmaster Tools set up. So once we put it in there, we have to verify it, right, with Google Webmaster Tools that's connected, that we actually own this site. But in this instance, this tells us how we can do it with Webmaster Tools. In this instance, Greg is actually going to be uploading the Webmaster Tools, and he's going to show you how he does that. Once he has that uploaded, I will just press refresh, and this light will be green. So, but this is basically how you do it. Once you get to this step, you connect your site to Google Webmaster Tools, and then you'll be able to have an associated website. And what that means is you can have that link inside the video. If you guys are at all confused about this, I do have a video that I did showing how to set up your YouTube channel. It's in my affiliate marketing section on YouTube channel optimization, and I go through the whole procedure all at once. There is one other thing I like to set up. If we go here to channel navigation, I enable the browse and I enable discussion. So once you enable those two things, what it does, it allows you to put a video trailer. I mean, we don't have a video loaded yet, but if we did, I could choose which video I want to show up here, and then I'd have my description here. And we can add different things here like playlists and everything else. So I like to do that because it gives my channel, kind of people an intro to my channel when they come to it. Okay, so for some of you who are wondering how to get the custom URL, that has definitely changed as of, I think, 2015. So if we go here to YouTube settings, I really just noticed this, but if you go to advanced, you used to be able to go to advanced and then simply choose your custom URL. Well, you can't do that anymore. If you look here, they tell you what they want. They want 500 subscribers. They want your channel to be 30 days old. They're also saying there's another way you can do it, and that's by linking and verifying. And linking and verifying is what I showed you guys before, verifying your site through Google Webmaster Tools. Let's see. Right here. So they're saying if we associate our website here, then we may be eligible for a vanity URL. It doesn't mean we will be. If we are eligible and we go to the Creator Studio dashboard, there'll be like a notification here that'll say get your vanity URL. And that's the state of it, you know, as of right now. If I figure something else out, we will update it, or someone else figures something else out, we'll update this video. Really, the custom URL for something like this is definitely not a deal breaker. We're going to be ranking videos anyway, so we should be fine. Okay, so the next thing we're going to set up is going to be our Yahoo business page, and you find you get to this listings page by going to smallbusiness.yahoo.com/local listings. And you can also just go to Yahoo and put small business Yahoo, and you'll be able to find this page. Now you do need a Yahoo account. I'm not going to show you how to create one. That's pretty self-explanatory. When you go here, you got to remember, Yahoo, they want to make money off their listings, and they're constantly changing this page to make it seem like you have to pay for the listings when you don't. And I think they're partnered with Yext. But right here they're offering $29. If you go down here and you put sign up now, you're going to put your information in, and then it's going to take you to a shopping cart, and it's going to make you pay. And if you don't pay, then it just takes you back to the Yahoo page. Why do I don't know? Because I just did that just now when I was making this video. They didn't have this a month ago. They're constantly changing this, and if you're at Yahoo 3 months from now, this page may be different. So what you have to do is go down and you have to find where it says free listing. It may be like a little link here, or they're always mixing it up. But that's what we want to do. We just want to go to do a free listing, and we're going to put our information in this box. Okay, so I just filled out the basic information. The category I have here I found is internet services. We could add more categories, later. But to begin with, this is what we add. So we're going to press next. Okay, your business does not appear in any top directory. Okay, and it's showing like all these errors found. Yeah, obviously I'm not in any of the directories. I'm only in Yelp. That's the only one I've done so far. So this is Yext. Okay, so if you sign up here, you're going to be signing up for Yext. I'm not going to do that. I don't need it, so I'm going to go no thanks. I only want to list my business in Yahoo. Okay, so now we're brought to this page, and we can add a few more items. All right, so I added my website, my email, and my related categories: internet services, web services, advertising agency, graphic design. I don't want to put, these are all related to what I do. I'm not, I don't need to use all, they let you do 5. I don't need to use all 5 if they're not totally related to my other categories or the other things that I'm doing in my business. So I'm going to put agree. I'm going to put submit info. Okay, so here it's going to ask you how you want to get verified. So it's going to send it. So I'm just going to ask to receive an email. Now, this is where it's important that you have, and this is going to apply in Bing also, that I have an email with my website address, because that way they'll send it right to this email and they know that I'm connected to the website. They might not give me this option, if I use Gmail or something like that. So this is why I like this option. You can also receive a phone call. Sometimes when you're forwarding the call, you have to do it a couple times. So the simple thing is I'm just going to simply send the email and we'll get the verification code. I received the email, I got the code, and I'm going to just go verify. Okay, so now what it's doing is just building my local listing. Okay, so once it finishes, it's going to bring us here to this dashboard, and you just hit My Local Business. And you're going to see here we can review our information and make sure it's right. And now we cannot edit this until it gets verified. Now this could take a day, or it can take, it could take a couple of weeks. So this is just another listing that we're going to have to keep an eye on. So I'm going to make a note of that. And when we get the verification from Yahoo, because they reviewed it, we'll come back and we'll add more things to this listing. Okay, guys, I just want to show you something. I'm still waiting for my Yahoo listing to get approved, but I went into my Yahoo mailbox, and I didn't. Usually, I get a link for the dashboard. I'll say, "Hey, here's your dashboard," and then you click on it, and you could see your status. But I did not see it in here. But I went to spam, and look where it is. So I don't know what Yahoo's deal is. They're sending their own email to spam. If you ever can't find something, just check the spam folder and see. So if we go here, we go to marketing dashboard, and it says we're only 47% complete, but we have to wait. It's pending review. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is Bing. If you're doing Bing, you got to have a Microsoft account. So what I'm going to do is just simply sign up for a Microsoft account. Okay, so I was able to create my Microsoft account, and now we're just going to go to the business page. It's actually called Bing Places, so you can put Bing Places here in the search, or you can do Bing for Business to get to it. Okay, so we're going to just get started. We're going to add our business. Okay, we're in the United States. Okay, so it's asking, we're just going to put our phone number, and again, we're going to do a search, and we know that it's not going to be found. So we're going to hit create a new business. Okay, we're going to log back in the account. We're just going to put some info here so that they can contact us if there's a problem with the account. And I'm just going to put in the number. So for the time being, this number forwards to my phone anyway. So if something happens, they need to call me. I'll answer it, or when we turn the site over, whoever is going to be on the other end will be able to answer it. So we just want to put our basic business details in here again. Okay, so I just filled out the information. It's the same thing we've been doing. So what I did do here is I said do not display address line in the search engines. Over here it's Iowa. Everywhere else I was putting IA, but for Bing they only let me do Iowa. I mean, that'll be fine. in my Google. Google makes me do IA. So sometimes, you just gotta put what you can in there. But there, I don't see an issue with this. That not being IA. Wherever I can put IA instead of Iowa, I will do that because I want the name and address and all that to be exactly the same, the best I can. Okay, put my phone number, put all that information in here. I got the categories. Now in Bing, it'll let you choose multiple categories. They don't have a category for web design or website building or anything like that. It's all under Internet Marketing Services. So I did Internet Marketing Services and Advertising Agency. And my primary category is Internet Marketing Services. I put in my hours. Okay, I put in my pictures. Now with Bing, you have to put the pictures in one at a time, and they only let you put in 10 pictures. So I put the pictures in, and and really I chose them by my keywords to make sure I had all my keywords in here. I have my description. I put a little tagline in here, and that's about it. Okay, this other stuff, additional contact. I like to fill these out as much as possible, but I don't really need to do that because that's just additional information. I don't want to gum up the works, and once I verify, I'll be 100% complete anyway. So I'm going to hit submit. Okay, what's happening? It says we're unable to place your business accurately on the map. Move the pin on the map. Okay, so let's see what they're wanting me to do. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm just moving this pin where I think it is. I went to Google Maps. I put in the address, and so I'm just trying to match it the best I can here. This is something new to me. I've never had to do this before, so let's see what happens here. Okay, let's see if it'll let us submit. Okay. Okay, so they want to make sure it formats. Okay, this is the one I want. Okay, because this is going to work because we're spelling out drive with all our other citations. Okay, they did put the IA there, so that's perfect. So this is going to be exactly like what we're doing for everything else. So we're going to submit it. Okay, so this is where you're definitely going to want to have a email address with your domain name because that's how you're going to verify. They have alternative methods, but that's by mail. We don't want to do that. So here's how it works is I put in SEO, right, and it has to be, okay, so here's what they're looking for is they want to make sure that my domain name matches the name of my business. So say I call my business 5-star plumbing, right? Or say I call my business, I put here San Diego Plumbing, yet my website is 5-star plumbing. They're not going to let me use that email. Okay, so it says we can send a pin. That's why it's doing that. Okay, now if I put something like, if I put 5-star services and I go check email, nope, not able. And it's because because of the website does not match my brand or my name. So that's something important to know when you're verifying with Bing. So we're just gonna simply verify now, and we'll get the pin. It'll come in our email. Okay, so we got the pin. So we're gonna we just go here. We put enter pin. Okay, and hit submit. Okay, then we get a verification successful. Okay. All right, and we see that we are just about 98% verified. All right, so we see here they have not published the link yet. If we go to home, it says changes will be published by February 7th. It is now the 24th. So, kind of like Yahoo, it can take a week or two. So we're just going to have to keep checking back to Bing, and when we find it that's published, we'll just put the link in there. But we know we've done everything we can right now. to get it where it needs to be. It's verified. This is 98%. I mean, you can go back in there and put like some more information, like I showed you, like an additional email if you want, or phone number, but 98% is just fine for what we need for this listing. So again, just to show you here on my sheet, this is going to be highlighted yellow, right? Because I'm waiting on these two. So as we do more citations, we're going to know that we got to go back and check on these. All right, so our next step is we want to create a video. Now this video is going to be for our Iowa City SEO site, and we're going to try to rank it on page 1 for the term Iowa City SEO. Now Mike has given me the audio, and I have to create a video, and then I'm going to upload the video to YouTube, and we're going to show you how to rank it. So how am I going to create this video? Well, we can do it several ways. The first thing is you can create the videos yourself using software such as Video Maker FX. There's Sparkle, there's Powtoons, and they all do a little bit of different things. Video Maker FX is kind of like an all-in-one software. It can do whiteboard videos, it can do animated videos. There's all different types of videos you can do with it. It's pretty easy to use. It's a one-time fee of $67. I've used Sparkle a lot. They've been around a long time. They're basically just whiteboard videos. They have a monthly charge, and the quality of the whiteboard videos that you can do with Sparkle is going to be better than what you can do with Video Maker FX. I mean, it really just depends on how in depth are you going to get at video making. And then there's Powtoons, which is just another style of video creation. For the overall price and flexibility, Video Maker FX is probably good enough for what you need if you want to create these videos. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into these. If you guys are in the full NHB program, you can go. I have a module there on lead gen CPA, and I have a full video showing how these softwares work. So you can go check that out. Now, if you're just starting out, right, you're probably trying to learn all this stuff. I don't want to add something else for you to learn how to do. Like now you got to learn how to create videos. What I do with all my videos is I outsource them. So, I've been doing this a while, so I have my outsourcer who works for me full time, and she uses Video Maker FX and Sparkle, and she creates my videos. But, what if I didn't have that? Okay, so Mike's giving me this audio. Now I got to locate someone to create the video. One place I use is peopleperhour.com. This is kind of like Fiverr, but the gigs are more expensive, but you get better quality people on here, and they do more things. So you can sign up for free. It's just people per hour, and I put in here animated videos. Now, with these gigs, they don't call them gigs, they call them hourlies, which is basically the same thing. And you'll see most of these are around $38, $40, $50, $60. Usually for a really decent animated video, you're going to pay $50, $60, right? So if we look here at this one here, create a whiteboard animation. All right, so we see this person here. They have a video here. They have a couple of samples of some videos here that you can look at, and go into what they do. So they'll do a 45-second video. They'll do a script up to 60 words, unlimited collection of images. So it looks like they're going to do a 45-second video. Now, if you want it to be longer than 45 seconds, you have to go down to these add-ons. So they can add an extra 60 seconds for $33. And then if you want music, they're going to charge you an extra $15. So if you were going to do a 2-minute video with music, you're looking at $33 plus $15 plus, how much was this? Plus $61. 61. So you're about $109 for her to make you a 2-minute video. And now you still need a voiceover, which you get the voiceover on Fiverr for $5. But then you just come down here and you want to look at her reviews. Okay, so she's got a lot of good reviews. Omar, okay, Maybe it's a guy. Okay, Omar. So he has some good reviews, and the only one 4-star review he has was just because he was a little slow. But looks like his quality is pretty good. But that doesn't mean he's our only option, right? We just keep looking around here, and we could find other people, doing the same thing. Here we go. So what she's going to do is for $30, she's going to create an amazing whiteboard doodle video. Looks like she's had 10 sales, and she gives you her instructions here. All right, so now whenever you do these, you got to read these carefully, because what she's saying is she will do the video, but if you want someone speaking in the video, then it's going to cost you more. All right, so now you could also change the way you look for the videos. So for animated videos, right, we have 1,500 gigs. And what I did is you can do by popularity, recently sold, seller rating. Like, I did prices low to high, right? Because now you're going to get a bunch of junk here you don't want. But if we come down here, I got someone here. She says she'll do this for $10. Now, just because this is a low price, it doesn't mean that you're going to get a low quality video. A lot of times people, they'll put gigs out there starting at low prices to build up their reputation, but they're still very good at what they do. So she has 10 sales. She has 4 reviews at 100%. So she says for $10, you get a professional 1-minute video. She'll sync it with your audio file for an extra $10. So if you have a 1-minute video, you're looking at $20. And she'll deliver it in full HD quality for another $10. That's not bad. So say if you had a 2-minute video, you're probably looking at about $40, and then you'll get a voiceover from Fiverr. Maybe that's another $5, $10. And there you go, $50. You have a video that'll get you up, running, and get going. And what's nice about using services like this is there's an escrow process. So if she does not deliver on time, if she does not deliver what she promises she's going to deliver, then you haven't paid her and she disappears. And then basically I just come down here and you look at the reviews and see what they say. You can even get more specific. So here I put in Sparkle videos, and we see some people who use Sparkle. They come up. Okay, so here we got one person, Jessica. She's $29 to start, obviously. She's had 1,200 sales. She has a 98% rating. That's pretty awesome. We got a guy right here, Andy. He has 800 sales with a 90% rating. So, obviously, right, at $29 is where they start. But if we look at hers, okay, it looks like that each order is for 90 words, a 90-word script. So, that's not bad. I think that's I don't remember what 90 words is. I think it's over a minute. But see, now if you want to add a voiceover, it's going to be an extra $15. So now that the price starts going up. So what I would do with her is, because she's not 100% clear exactly what she's doing, is I would simply send her a message, and I tell her exactly what I want and see what she would charge me for it. And then obviously you go down here and you can look at her reviews. All right, so so we have her, we have this guy, and I would probably email them both. I would make one email and I'd send it to them both and see what they say. I like his because he has a lot of example videos. He's pretty clear in what he'll do. His upcharges aren't that much. He's starting at $30. With him, you're probably going to end up at $50, $60. What I also do with a lot of these people is I just tell them, look, I'm a marketer. I make a lot of videos. I'm looking for someone that I can work with on a daily basis. So sometimes they'll give you a good deal. They're pretty stuck on their prices, for the first couple of videos. But if you are doing a lot of videos, I've taken people from sites like this, and they've just worked for me, and I've been able to get a price drop significantly. Like I'll do an order like 10 videos, and they'll give me a deal outside of people per hour. But if you're looking to just get started, this is a great way to do it. You could also look up, do the same thing for Fiverr. And you'll probably get a better deal here on Fiverr. It just may take a little longer to find someone that can do a good job. And really, a lot of times, you know, it looks like it's $5. It looks like it's cheap, but when you look at them, like this lady, she's saying $5 buys you 10 seconds. Okay, so if you have a 1-minute video, you're looking at $30. So like her full package, 60 seconds, you're looking at $100. So I mean, when you're looking at them both, the prices usually you're looking at least $40-50. Really, what I use Fiverr for a lot with these videos is voiceovers, because I can get a really good price. You could search, you know, by rating, and usually I'm paying probably between $10, maybe $15, depending on how long the video is. So I've used this guy a lot. His name is Mark, MARKC 1542. I mean, if you listen to his voice, you'll see you've probably heard him on a lot of animated videos. A lot of people use him. He's pretty good. He's $5 for 75 words. So, you know, depending on how long the video is, you know, he's probably going to be $10-15. He makes videos also. You know, I've never used him to make any videos for me. Strictly use him for just voiceovers. So there are some options for videos. For this one, for Iowa City SEO, you know, I had that one made. You guys will see it in the next video. But if you're looking for a video, just go through these. You know, take about a half an hour. You know, look through the different gigs, the hourlies that are offered. If you want to venture into making your own videos, you can. I caution you, though, if you're just getting started and you're just trying to get something up and out there, it might be better time spent, you know, ordering a video and then maybe trying to figure something like this out later. I don't want you to get bogged down in learning a bunch of stuff and then not being able, you know, to get going and take the action. Okay, so now what we want to do is upload our video. The way we're going to upload this video is through a YouTube live event. Now you can upload it directly to YouTube right here. There's other ways to do it through Google Hangouts, but really the most efficient and what seems to be working the best as far as giving us a boost is doing it through live events. So here we're going to just hit live events and we're going to click create live events. Now we've already did a phone verification with our YouTube channel and other videos. So this is going to allow us to do a live event without an issue. So if we go to the live event section, you'll see this is very similar to if we're just going to upload a regular video. It's going to ask for a title, a description, and you know, if we want it to be public, all these other things. But there is a couple of things I want you to keep in mind when doing a live event. First, we want to hit custom, okay? Because if we just do quick, what that means is we're going to put our information in and it's going to automatically go to a Hangout. So we don't want to do that. We want to hit custom, and then it's going to ask us for a time. The time doesn't matter as long as it is sometime in the future. So right now I'm doing this at 1:49 and it says, you know, 2 p.m. You know, I could do this for, you know, 3 o'clock and it doesn't matter. You know, as long as it's sometime in the future. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is put the title in. Now, obviously our title, we want it to have our keyword in it. We want our main keyword and we want that to come up first. Okay, then I have my phone number here. Then I have web design and advertising agencies. So these are the kind of the keywords and the categories that we've been using. So I have all that in my title. Now the reason why I put the phone number here is because we're going to rank this in the search engines, and you know, sometimes people might not even go to the video, or you know, they might just call the number right from the search engine, or if they do go to the video, we want that number as prominent as possible. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put in my description, and the way we do this description is pretty important. Now the most important thing about this description is going to be the first couple of sentences, because in YouTube, and I'll show you this after we create the event, but underneath their video, they only show the first couple of sentences, and you have to hit a tab to look at the rest of the description. Now, not everyone knows that they have to hit that tab. So you want your point to be clear right in the first two sentences, and you also want your link right in the first sentence. And I'll show you this again, but this is very important. And also, when Google is ranking your video, they're going to use your title as the title tag, right? And this is going to be the meta description. More than likely is going to be the first couple of sentences. So this is very important to have your keywords in here, to have your link in here, and your phone number. If it's not in the title, we want to have our phone number in here also. And then this description here, it's not overly long. I have it at about 200 words. I like to be between 200 to 300 words on my description. Okay, and I have my keywords in here: Iowa City, SEO. I have reputation management, web design. I have some LSI keywords, search engine optimization. And I have some other keywords naturally in the content. It's not stuffed, but it is here. And my main goal is to rank it for this here, Iowa City SEO. Now, if I rank it for web design or advertising agency or reputation management, that's great. Okay, but I'm putting these keywords in here to just give support to my main keywords. These are all related to Iowa City SEO. Now, what I would probably do is, if this was a client, I'd create a separate video for reputation management and a separate video for web design and try to rank those. And then I would link, say I create a video for reputation management, I would put a link in the reputation management video back to this video and kind of tie them together. Once we have our description down, we want to put some links right here in the bottom. This is where we're going to link, and Greg's going to talk more about linking with your YouTube video, but we're going to put our links here for our social media accounts. So I just simply wrote, please connect with us on, and I'm going to put our Facebook profile on here. All right, so these are some of the social sites we have set up so far. We have Facebook, Twitter, Yelp. So Greg might add some here, but this is what we're going to just do for now. This is what we have set up. And as you can see right down here, I have, and this is really just a citation I'm going to put in my video. It's my business name, it's my address, phone number. Okay, so this is going to help. This is going to help with our Google local. This is actually a citation. So having our address here and our business name and our phone number, we want to put this wherever possible. So if we're making a Weebly page, if we're making articles, the more places we have our address and phone number, the better. And then down here we're going to put in our tags. So I have Iowa City SEO, search engine optimization, Iowa City, web design, Iowa City. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to put in social media, reputation, all these other related keywords, which I could. But for this video, I really want to focus on SEO and search engine optimization. So I'm going to kind of keep my tags pretty focused for this video. Next, we want to make this public. We do want to share it on Google, and we do want to share it on Twitter. So when you share it on Twitter, you have to make sure that you're logged into the Twitter account that you want to share it on. You authorize the app, and now it's going to be shared on Twitter. Okay, so then the last thing we want to do is go to advanced settings. Here we're going to leave this pretty standard, but what we want to do is we want to put in a location because this is a local business. So we want to put Iowa City, Iowa. It's going to search. It's going to find it there, language. So all this is fine. We could do this here. Usually what I'll do is, people's and blogs. Actually, I like to do news and politics, so that's what I'm going to put this as. And once we have this advanced setting done, press create event. Now our event is created. So now we can actually open this link, right? And it's going to take us to the event because the event is scheduled. Here it is. Now it's not running. It's saying please stand by. Event is going to start in 51 minutes. And this, once the event is finished, this is going to be the YouTube link for our video. And remember what I said about the first 2 sentences? Well, if we look here, this is what I meant. If we come down here and we look, this is what people are going to see when they see our video. They're going to read this. Okay, here's our link right here. Here's our keywords. And then if they want to read the rest of what we have, they click show more. There's a lot of people that might not know that they could even click this. They might think this is all there is. So if you didn't have this clickable link here, and you didn't have your phone number in the title, people might think there's no way of getting in touch with you. And the other thing to remember is when you're putting a link in to your YouTube description, you have to put in the http:// right? You have to do that. Sorry about that. You have to put okay, so you have to put that in to make it clickable. Okay, so now we know our event's created. Let's go here. All right, so now in order to run a pre-recorded video into a YouTube live event, we have to download this software called Wirecast. Now, you can download it for free, a free version. You don't need these other versions, and you just hit download, and you'll download this onto your desktop. Okay, so once you have that downloaded, we're going to come down here, and right here it says to choose a bitrate. What this basically is the HD or the quality of your video. Now, since we're running this on YouTube, I don't need the quality super high. Plus, you have to keep in mind that the higher the quality of the video that you run, the more chances of it becoming choppy. Okay, and that's one thing, like if you've ever done live events or try to upload a video to like Google Hangouts, you'll notice that the quality sometimes isn't the greatest. Well, with the live events, they've greatly improved it, and using this Wirecast makes a huge difference. But still, if you're trying to run too high a file, then you're going to get some skipping. So right now I'm going to just do 480p. The next thing we have to do is select an encoder. The encoder we're going to use is obviously Wirecast. Now when you pick Wirecast, it's going to give you a set of instructions here, and I'm just going to kind of show you exactly what they're telling you here. We have this set up. The next thing we have to do is actually turn Wirecast on. All right, so now since here we're in Wirecast, the first thing we want to do is go to Output, and we want to go to Output Settings. And we have to connect our Wirecast to our YouTube live event. So we press Authenticate, and what it's going to do is it's going to log into our YouTube, and it's going to connect to our YouTube live event. All right, so you're going to see this is going to pop up, and it's going to ask us to select an account. We're going to do Iowa City. We're going to hit Accept. All right, so you'll see what happens is it brings right into Wirecast our live event. Here's our title. This is 480p. So we see we're authenticated and we're connected. So I'm going to just press Connect. Okay. So now what's happening is Wirecast is streaming live to our YouTube live event. Now you know if you're using Google Hangouts or something, usually everything is streamed from your webcam. Well, Wirecast actually is working like an internal webcam. So whatever we play inside Wirecast is what is going to appear on the live stream. So the next thing we want to do is we want to upload our video. So we're just going to go to Files, and I'm going to upload the video. We go to Import Media right here. Okay, so we see we have our video right here, and we're going to click on this. Now, here's something I want to show you is I have the video already named SEO Iowa City web design. All right, I have my keywords in here. Now, for the live event, this doesn't matter because the file doesn't get directly uploaded to YouTube. Okay, we're going to stream it. But if you were uploading this directly to YouTube, you want to make sure you have your keywords in the name of the video. That's just a side point. So now if we click on this video, you're going to see that it's going to actually run in Okay, so I ran into a little problem with the last video. It was too large. Now if your video is too large, it's going to be really choppy. So what I did was I shrunk it down, and if you look here, let me mute this. Okay, so now what happens is I shrunk the video down so it's a smaller file size, and now it's running a lot smoother. And what it's doing is this is actually going to be streaming to the live event. So it's running this video, and as soon as I hit start on the live event, this is what it's going to be showing. Now this video will actually keep on repeating itself throughout the live event. What I do is, to start, is I just want to hit this blank shot. Okay, and what this blank shot does is it's just going to run this blank page into the live event. Okay, so if this is not making total sense to you right now, just stick with me, because it will all come together by the end of this tutorial. All right, so now we're here in settings. The next thing we want to do, once we have set all that up, is we want to go to live control. Oh, we want to make sure, I forgot, you want to press stream. Okay, so once you have your video in here and you have this on this blank shot and you press stream, this is what's going to allow the video to stream into YouTube Live. So if you don't press stream, you're going to get an error message when you go to the live control room. Okay, so now we're here and we have a preview. We're good. Okay, we have stream status good. Everything's good to go. If we had an error, there'd be a red banner that said there's something wrong. And probably if you have something wrong, it could be because your stream, you forgot to press that, or you may want to re-authenticate, connecting the Wirecast to YouTube. So if you want to, you can hit play. This will preview what's coming through the live stream, which right now is just this blank screen. We don't need to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press preview, and it's going to take us to the next step. It's going to start preparing our live stream. Okay, so now it's prepared. It says start streaming. Now you'll notice it's 2:49, and even though we have the live event set for 3, I could just start streaming and it'll start streaming right away. So I'm going to hit start streaming. Okay, so the event is starting. Okay, now it's starting. So this right now is getting recorded, this blank shot. So, and I'm going to edit this later, but what we're going to do is we're going to just hit Iowa City SEO. Okay, and we're going to let it finish playing out. All right, this was the last bit of the other video. The end of the video. Now it's going to go to the beginning. So I'm going to let this run all the way through, and then I'll show you how I'll show you how we edit this in a second. Okay, so now it's ran through all the way once, and what I'm going to simply do is I'm going to hit this blank shot again. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to hit stop streaming. Okay, I stopped streaming. Now it's complete, and if we go to the watch page, you'll see our video is live here. Now, the first few seconds are going to be this blank page, right? Okay, then we see it comes up with the end of the video of the last one, and that's it. So now it's playing. So the next video, I'm going to show you how we're going to edit this video, and also I'm going to show you how, right here, how we're going to make this clickable. This iowacityseo.net, how we're going to make that click, and when you click that, it's going to take you to your website. Now, one other thing I want to show you is when you run the video through this Wirecast, is whatever the quality is right here, this is what the quality is going to be on once the video is uploaded, right, through live stream. So if this is choppy, then it's going to be choppy in the live stream. So this is going to give you an indication what the video is going to look like once it's uploaded. All right, so now the video, we see you have to wait about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and once the live event is done, it's going to show up in your video section. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here, we're going to press edit. Now here we're in this section. We can choose whatever thumbnail we want. So I'm going to choose this thumbnail. Okay, I'm going to press save changes. Then we're going to go to enhancements. And what we want to do is trim. So if you remember, we have that blank spot here. And so what we can do is we could simply just take this. We can figure out where we're going to be starting. So we actually want to go back. So I'm going to trim it at 21. Let's try 21.5. Okay. And then back here, we'll just trim it up right at. We don't want that. We're going to trim it right there. Okay. So now we can test out. We can press play. Right. Let's just. There. Okay. So now it starts where we want it. Let's see how it ends. Okay, that's it. Perfect. So we're going to hit done. And then once you hit done, you want to make sure you hit save changes. Okay, save. Okay, now it's editing in progress. So this sometimes just takes, it could take 30 minutes, could take a couple of hours for those edits to go live. But now when someone watches this video, they don't see that black beforehand. We just cut out all that stuff and we have the main video that's being shown. Next thing we're going to look at is the annotations for the video. And before we do that, if you remember in previous videos when we were setting up the channel, we wanted to associate our iowacityseo.net site with our YouTube channel. But to do that, we had to load up Google Webmaster Tools and connect them. Well, Greg connected the Google Webmaster Tools, and if we go back into the channel under Advanced, right here you'll see associated website. Okay, we have success. Okay, so now if you look at the other in the previous video, you'll see why I did this, but this is very, very important for the next step, that we have this associated website put in here. Now, in this video, I have a link, and I've been talking about how we're going to link out from inside the video to our website. So this is how we do it. We go to annotations. Okay. Now, when you first get here, if you have a website associated with your YouTube channel, this banner will come up and it'll ask you if you want to enable your account for external annotation links. We simply press enable and then we press accept. Okay, so now when we put an annotation here, when people click on it, it will take them to our website. But what's even better is if we go all the way to the end of the video, okay, if you look here, okay, we'll play it. Let's just play it right here. Okay, so in the video, Mike says, you can call us at this number, or you can click on the link right inside the video. Well, how are we going to make that link right there clickable? So what we do is we add a spotlight, okay, and what this does is this spotlight becomes our annotation, okay? So now whatever gets clicked inside this box right? This becomes the annotation. So then we simply come down here and we go to link. And what do we want it to link out to? So we can do a profile page. We can do all these things. We want it to link out to our associated website. So what I'm going to do is just simply come here, and I'm going to put the link in here. All right, let's see. And sometimes when you first do this, it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh the page. Okay, so what I had to do was I just simply, I just got, I pressed apply changes and I got, an error. So I just left. I went and I clicked like info and enhancements and went back to annotations a couple of seconds later, and it worked. I don't know the first time you use this why that happens, but it happens. Almost every time you get an error. So if you get an error, just close out of it, come back in, and it'll work. Give it a few seconds. Now the only thing I want to do is I want to make sure that this extends all the way out. Whoops. There we go. So now for the whole time this is up, this is going to be a live link. So let's test it out. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to hit apply changes. It says, and then I'm going to press save. So now if I actually go to the video, okay, and we click on this, see, it clicks and it takes us out to the website. So that's exactly what we want. Okay. So I just want to add another annotation here because I have a annotation in here, and it simply says check out more videos on our Iowa City SEO channel. So what this is doing is it's giving me some keywords here in the video, because as we know, Google, they read text. Okay, they don't read sounds. They don't know what the video is saying. They do in the caption, right? But if I stick this annotation, it's just another place I can put a keyword or a related keyword, and it's helpful because if somebody's watching this video, maybe they want to see more videos that we have. And so what I'm going to do with that annotation is just put link, and we're going to link that to a channel. Okay, enter the channel name, okay, and I have the channel right here. We'll open that in a new window. So it's just going to appear for a few seconds, and then we can do that again if we want to do something about web design or another keyword. We can actually put that in another annotation in if we wanted to. But really for this video, that's all I'm going to put in it for now. And we're just going to hit apply changes. Okay, and then the next thing I want to look at is the subtitle. So if we look at the subtitles right here, I just clicked where it said English subtitles. This is going to give you Google's translation, which is always horrible, right? But what we want to do is we want to make sure that our keyword is in here at least a couple times. Well, here we have SEO in Iowa City, which is great, but look at this. I don't know what this is. So really what we said in the video was welcome, to Iowa City SEO. Your number one source. So I'm just going to fix this. I'm going to edit. Okay. We'll just fix this. Welcome to Okay, so that gives us our correct keyword in there. So this fixes the closed caption, so we have our keyword in here. And when you're writing the script, you want to put your keywords right in the script, and then you want to come to the closed captions and you want to make sure that they're correct. Because when, like I said, when Google crawls this video or YouTube crawls the video, they're going to be looking at these words to determine what your video is about. So even if you have your keywords in here, what someone's talking using the keywords you want, if they're not in here, you know, and it's some kind of gobbledygook in here, then you're not going to get the full benefit. So you always want to check the closed caption. You always want to make sure you have your keyword and a few related keywords inside this closed caption. And then we just go down here and we do publish edits. So now our video is pretty much fully optimized. I'm going to go into my dashboard. Okay, and I want to go to the channel. Now remember when we set up the channel, it gave us an area here where we can have a channel trailer. So what I want to do is I want to simply make this my trailer. Okay, so there, when people come to my channel, this is what they're going to see. This is going to be the intro video.